What's up, people? Discussion time episode 34. I did a video yesterday about synchronising problems, and I said that you might not see me for quite a while. I've had a think about it, and I've come to the decision that I'm going to continue, but I need you lot to let me know if you can be if you're going to still support, because there's potentially going to be more videos that are going to fuck up with synchronising problems. I think it's a software issue. I don't think it's the camera, but I think it's possibly even YouTube stuff. So I'm happy to go along how I was, but it's whether you guys want to see the videos with potential fuck ups in them as far as synchronising audio and things like that. So let's get into this one. Anushka Patowski, several questions. I'll get into the first one. What do you think about the idea of smaller battle leagues merging with bigger battle leagues? I think it's in a perfect world, it makes sense. I think for the bigger leagues, to do that though, I think that the smaller leagues will need a certain quantity and set skill level of battlers to come up and represent those bigger leagues, because the bigger leagues need an incentive for them to get involved with the smaller leagues. Obviously the smaller leagues will be making less money, so there needs to be personal relationships there. I think if you could have certain battlers that advertise and shout out the bigger leagues in the smaller league formats, and they might be cool with have good relationships with certain people involved in the bigger leagues, so they could possibly get a chance in the future, even if they're not the most skilled battler. But I think first and foremost the bigger leagues are going to want a set number of talent that they think is good enough to represent their league to kind of buy into the smaller leagues and bring them through. So it could be a good idea, but I think there is a lot of obstacles to overcome first. It's not impossible, but as I said, there's a lot of things that need to be sorted through. Do I think it would mean less events? It possibly. I think it probably would mean lesser events, but at the same time, if you're running an event, it's going to have to be like a weekend event, because there's going to be so many battles. If you've got battlers, like say 5 battles booked for the top league already, and then you're bringing in another 5 lower league battlers from different leagues, then that's going to be hard to cover in one day, to keep like the venues open that long and shit like that. So it's going to have to be over numerous days. So I think it would mean less events, but longer events when they happen, kind of like the blackouts and like world domination and things like that, which is going to obviously cost a lot of money. Would less events be a good thing? I think it would, because I think there's too many leagues and there's too many battlers, so I think it would help neutralise that and have like a certain level and quantity of battlers. I'd have it like a division, like for instance, have like over here for soccer we've got like the Premiership, and then we've got the Championship, which is below the Premiership. Then you have League One, which is below the Championship, and you have to build up. So I would have a set number of battlers and a set skill level, and people can get relegated on their form and things like that. Like if they go on like a 3-lose win streak or something like that, then they drop down to the division below. But obviously that's gonna be quite complicated to set up, I think, and very time worthy. So it's whether people can be bothered to put that much effort into it. But ultimately, I would be more in favour for less events but longer events. Would it help to organise battle rap, providing a framework for penalties, awards, financial compensation, and so? Yeah, I do think it would help organise. Like I said, you could have different divisions Um, uh, for penalties, like, I'm not really sure how penalties would work, because I think that would work on a certain amount of respect level the battler has. Like, head ice probably isn't going to get awarded a penalty or a higher penalty as someone, say, like Uno Laos, like, because they don't have the same respect level. So they could say the same sort of a bar that's fucking frowned upon majorly, and Ice would get away with it more because he's got that much more respect and that quality of work behind him. So I'm not sure how penalties would work. I think it'd cause a lot of controversy and problems within, on the fun side of things. Awards, I don't really know what sort of awards you mean. Like, I don't know, like Battler of the Year or Battle of the Night, and like give him a trophy or something. I think that's a bit corny. Although I think some battlers might like that. I think money is the biggest award. I think it's proven as well that the history shows that people will do shit for money. So financial compensation and so, which is kind of that's another one that's going to cause a lot of problems. You got the kind of the T-Rex Danny Myers situation. I think it'd be a lot more of that shit going on, and I think battle rap's got enough shit involved in it without that added to it. So I think you've got to be careful with them. Or does it provide less choice? Would events lack innovation, and does it mean some people wouldn't get opportunities under that brand? Yeah, I could see this, like, as I said, if you've got a good personal relationship going back with people, then I think you've got more of a chance, even if you're not that skilled as other people. I think certain people would struggle to get the opportunities, and again, that's going to cause a hell of a lot of problems because of the amount of battlers there are and the amount of leagues there are. Everyone will want to be on that top league. And some people don't like to hear the truth of their skill level sometimes. So, could it even be done? Would there be too much infighting, causing division, resulting back to multiple small leagues? This goes back to what I just said. Like, I think it would cause a hell of a lot of mayhem and tension, and I think in the end it wouldn't be worth the hassle. Because as I said, there would be a lot of people that want to be in certain other people's positions and potentially never get there, but feel that they should have that right to be there, and the promoter's not going to respect that sort of person unless they build it up and show that they've put the work in instead of demanding things. So I could see it going back to multiple small leagues if it did happen, because I think there's so many battlers that will want to be in that top league, which is natural, but at the same time there has to be a line because it's not going to work otherwise. And you have to think of the fans as well. They're not going to want to see someone that is demanding. Some, like, for instance, like T-Rex, I'm not trying to shit on people, but the thing with Myers, he's constantly backing out at events where his fans are going to see him and travelling loads of miles to go and see him, and it's fucked up. So you've got to think of the fans in this as well. So I hope I answered your questions alright. Good questions. That is it for question time. Discussion time. I've run out of questions. I've got a few topics I can address, like, that I might start a new series in. I just got to come up with a title for that. But as far as discussion time, I'm out of questions. So it's the same as last time. If you want me to continue, just throw me some questions. If not, check out what I've got coming forward, and we'll go from there. Thanks for supporting. I want to shout out the few commenters that I've had for the video I done yesterday. I definitely appreciate it. It means, like, I do the videos for you lot. I love doing the videos too, but without your support there would be no point in doing it. So I appreciate you putting up with the technical difficulties, because I know it's a pain. Trust me, like, it's getting to me. So I appreciate your comments and your support, and I'll see you soon.